is Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and I specialise in digestive health for busy women. So I help busy women fix their digestive issues, that IBS, bloating, painful digestion, heartburn, reflux, which we're going to talk about today, and all the associated problems that go along with that as well. And I do it with state-of-the-art testing, supplements, dietary upgrades, etc., to nicely bring that all back into balance for you and get you back to living your best life again and back to where you should be. So today I am going to do a quick rundown about antacids, a little bit on PPIs, that kind of thing. So I'll do a quick rundown of what is actually going on when you have heartburn or reflux symptoms, and a few things you can do to try and alleviate the issue yourself, which is useful because you may want to stop taking antacids, etc. And we will get onto that in just a second. So as I say then, a lot of the time when you have heartburn and reflux symptoms, the problem isn't usually to do with you having too much stomach acid being produced, although that is what it feels like. So then every time you take, say, antacids or PPIs or anything like that, you can be inadvertently making the problem worse, because you can then be stopping your stomach making acid, etc., and then your stomach tries to rebalance itself by producing more acid. So you can end up in this vicious cycle situation, which of course isn't ideal. So then if you have got ongoing sort of low stomach acid issues, which is what can actually be causing the problem, it could be down to stuff like nutrient deficiencies, diabetes, chronic fatigue, a whole host of other things as well. So then before you kind of go any further with this as well, if it's an investigation that you want to be doing on yourself, do bear in mind that antacids themselves can cause a whole host of side effects as well. So that could be causing your problems. They can cause constipation and diarrhea. They can cause nausea and vomiting, low appetite, headaches, etc. So always bear that in mind as well. As I say, so if you're taking PPIs, which you would be doing under the supervision of your GP anyway, they are actually going to be stopping the production of your stomach acid. They can also they will also be stopping production of pepsin as well. Pepsin is an enzyme you need to break down proteins. So if you're not breaking down protein effectively, it can cause all sorts of discomfort and issues further down your digestive system. Namely, bloating is a big one that we see. So the bloating as well can cause problems, because what's happening is, normally with reflux and what feels like excess stomach acid, is you've got all this pressure building in the abdomen, and it's building up to the diaphragm, and then you can end up with your LES, your lower esophageal sphincter, then is allowing acid to kind of be pushed up through it, which is not what you want, because that's where you're getting all these uncomfortable sort of symptoms from. So there can be a few reasons that may be happening. So you may have a hiatal hernia, in which case the top part of your stomach may be pushing through the diaphragm, causing problems for you. You could simply be eating meals that are too large. If you eat too much in one go, that is going to cause this increased pressure, this pressing up against the diaphragm. You could be eating too much too late in the day, so eating a lot, lying down, that kind of thing. You may have what we call dysbiosis, so you could have too many not so beneficial bacteria, not enough friendly bacteria, and in that case you can be having a lot of bacteria in your gut which are producing a lot of gas. So all this gas production is again going to increase this pressure in the abdomen and cause all these unpleasant symptoms. If you've got something like SIBO as well, which is bacteria growing in the wrong place, or even yeast growing in the wrong place, then again that can be causing quite painful bloating, or a lot of bloating, which is going to then push, increase that pressure, and all that gas has got to go somewhere. It can go up, it can, just end up pushing all that stomach acid up into the esophagus. Another thing to bear in mind with all this is that you need to keep your stomach acid, your stomach environment at a very, very low pH. It has to be very acidic because it's your first line of defense in killing off invaders. So if you start to kind of raise the pH, you're immediately making your stomach environment more hospitable to viruses and bacteria and what have you. So you can be you find yourself suffering from more stomach bugs and things like that. So salmonella, for example, which of course isn't ideal, very unpleasant. As I say, you take the PPIs or the antacids, and your stomach will sense that it will want to rebalance itself. It will end up producing more and more stomach acid to cancel this out, and you're just really going to get into this vicious cycle situation. But as I say, that's absolutely not to say that these medications absolutely do have a place. If you want to take them occasionally, that's what they're designed for, really, is occasional use. Then that's fine. But if you find you're taking them, or you've been taking them for a long time, you're taking them constantly, then that's a sign that there is an underlying issue there that needs to be sorted, really. So if you want to try some dietary changes, you could try reducing your intake of refined carbohydrates. A lot of people find that they are aggravating, so reducing the white things, so the white bread, white pasta, etc. See if that helps you. And that's not to say either that there are bad foods and good foods. Some foods work for some people and not others. Also, just because a food is considered very healthy, it may not be healthy for you, it may be healthy for somebody else. Some people do very well on high meat diets, some people do very well on high vegetable diets. It really depends. That said, some people will find that they're going to help their symptoms if they start to eat more fibre, so more fruits, veg, etc., to really keep your friendly bacteria nice and well fed. So you'll be feeding up the nice friendly bacteria, and they're going to eventually start to crowd out the not so friendly bacteria. You could try also probiotic foods, sauerkraut, kefir, etc. But do be aware that if you have anything like SIBO, then that can make the problem worse to start with. So if you find that's happening, then it's always worth getting in touch to get tested and just find out what's really happening in your gut. Supplements can help you, it depending on what the underlying cause is, and there will be one. It's, sometimes enzymes can be useful, or high quality magnesium or something can be useful in fixing this issue. Okay, so I hope that helps shed some light on the complicated issue of heartburn and reflux. And if you would like to speak to me, then do book a call. I shall pop a link in my diary in the comments, so do use that if you want to. And also like and share the video if you found it useful and think anybody else might do. Okay, I shall see you next time. Bye.